3 different limit orders, almost 29% to the upside, but from there, really quick fall to the downside. This is the point where you need to get out. There are certain things in motion for Bitcoin and the overall crypto market that are going to lead to a massive pullback. I will show you today which indicators I use to identify this, and will show you the exact levels that you need to take precautions for right now. Let's go. Hi and welcome back, guys. We are jumping directly in today the USDT dominance, because the USDT dominance had a nice move here overall to the downside since we hit the local bottom $53,000 here with that spike in the USDT dominance, and since then we have finally broken down here. We are trading below the major prior resistance level, and as you can see here, in terms of percentage, we are close to the 4.73% level, which will be for Bitcoin the $68,000 price level if we are getting all the way down here. So you see, for now we are quite accurate in terms of where Bitcoin will be when the dominance is coming down. We are closer to 64 right now, but I believe that here we are just going to range a little bit over the next coming days before we get continuation to the downside. So now you most likely think like, Alex, what the F are you talking about? You're saying that we are going down, but the dominance is also going down, so Bitcoin is going up. How does that make sense? Yeah, I totally understand. And I'm going to show it to you guys. It has partially to do with the DXY, because remember, guys, I told you the DXY is also going down here for a long time already, and now we're seeing today here a small bounce, and potentially tomorrow we get either continuation to the downside, because the resistance here at 103.9 points will hold, and we get continuation to the downside, or we get a small reversal candle tomorrow to the upside and break above that, and only then roll over. So now, for that case that we are breaking here to the upside, Bitcoin obviously will most likely go sideways or will go down. So, and if you want to take a trade in either direction on the DXY, then I highly recommend you to go to Prime XBT. That is a platform where you can trade stocks, gold, the DXY, and crypto all in one platform. You stand a chance to win $500 every single week here twice if you have an account there with at least $100 in it and are subscribed and have the notifications on this channel. So I will most likely pull tomorrow another winner. Tomorrow or on Saturday, did not decide yet. So make sure that you have an account there with at least $100. You can win up to $500 that you can use then for trading only on Prime XBT with the link in the description. When we're going into Bitcoin, I want to show you again here this chart for a second. I told you yesterday, remember here the relative volatility index. Usually when we are coming to 80%, that means that Bitcoin also hits a small resistance and get a retracement. Now, the volatility came down yesterday a little bit. Now we're going back up again. So here I expect also over the next 2 days that volatility will hit 80%. And that could coincide with one final move for Bitcoin to the upside. And that is where you need to get out, guys. This is what I meant at the beginning. This is the point where you need to get out. Because from there, Bitcoin will come down and nobody knows exactly how low we are going. There are certain levels that we can look at that will give us an indication how low we could potentially go. One of them, which would make a lot of sense, is if I draw a line like this here, is the $62,000 level, more or less, $62,500, that we could come down potentially even a wick below that, and from there bounce back to the upside. So, but there is definitely a move coming, and I will show you more conclusive evidence for that here in a second. Also here, exactly for that reason, on ZoomX, I have set up 3 different limit orders. I have one here at 62,400, 60,800, and at 58,400. All my money that I have on weeks, on ZoomX, is in positions here in these limit orders. Just if we come down, I want to make sure that all these positions are getting filled. And if you don't have any money right now to get into the market, sign up on Zoom X. You will get $10 absolutely for free. And if you deposit a little bit of your own money, you also can claim a deposit bonus with the link in the description. When I go here into the daily time frame, here you will understand now the other warning signs that I'm talking about. So I'm here having some indicators from the MDX algo suite that I did not show you in the past yet. So I just want to show you here. You have here the Trendmaster, Oscillator, Reactive Gradient, and the Oscillator Harmony. So I'm going to explain you what both indicators are basically doing. So here, the Trend Oscillator is showing you when the momentum is getting overheated. And this here is basically just an RSI, an advanced RSI indicator, which is also showing you here with these dot plots when the market is overheated. So here, both indicators are telling you that there is potentially one wave still missing to the upside. And look at this here, an overheated wave. We did not have one yet. So after we have here purple, we are going into the red one, and then we come back down, gain momentum, go back up again. And also here, we are kind of like here in this area of the heat sector of the RSI before we get here the overheated one, which is in alignment with the indicator here above. So now we know, okay, there is maybe one last move coming to the upside, but after that move we are overheated and will get a small correction. I'm here on a daily chart, and that means that potentially the overheated section might only start here by Sunday, Monday. And after then, we just go a little bit sideways, maybe already retest the resistance here at $66,000 from where we got yesterday massively rejected, and try again to go higher. But overall, it doesn't matter. If we go to 66, 67, maybe we get a bull trap at 67,000, because there is also here again big resistance. And only from there, we start going down. The indicators are definitely pointing to a scenario where we are getting soon in a super overheated area of the price action, and in terms of indicators where we should be prepared for a bigger move to the downside. If you are not prepared, you basically fail. I think you know that saying. How does it go again? If you are not prepared, you're prepared to fail. I think something like this. You know what I mean, you know. So yeah. So that's why I'm taking advantage of what I'm seeing, and will potentially place a short on one of the other exchanges really soon here from that resistance area, because I believe Bitcoin will come up here, then trap everybody by believing we are going to 70K immediately. And this is not happening because trend is overextended, overheated. We're getting a correction and liquidates everybody that went long. Also here on the 4-hourly chart with the MDX algo scalp gradient, also here you see that we are now in a section where usually we start a corrective phase, because we are going here from overheated into not so overheated, into purple. From purple, we go into blue. And this is a sign that we go down, but it can also happen before we get another leg to the upside. So here, we could go a little bit more sideways, even get a blue candle, and then start pushing up here again. But I can tell you here, at that line here on the supply zone, 66,250, $67,000, more or less, at these levels, there is the end of the line for us, guys. So yes, we can go up 3-4% in Bitcoin. That is nice. But do you want to risk right now to take a long, to ride up here 3-4% if you have another trade looming to take from here a short, and you can make potentially 10% to the downside? So that is, from a risk to reward ratio, the way more lucrative trade here to take than trying to gobbling up here 3-4%, which way more risk of going to the downside. You always have to look also on the risk side of the trade when you are taking trades. And right now, the risk that we're going down is way higher than the chance of going up. So that's why I'm not taking here any new longs at current levels. Also here on the 12-hourly chart, we have a bearish divergence, price making higher highs and the RSI making lower highs. That hasn't changed yet. And price is already coming down. So I believe if we are losing here $63,850, we will start to see this bearish divergence to play out. So if we are not hitting 66 before once again, so that I can short from there, I'm gonna short from 63,000. Let it be $64,000 to round it up. I'm gonna short from there all the way down at least to the EMA ribbon to $61,500. One of my long orders will be then already executed from 62, and if we step a little bit lower, that's also fine. Then more of my orders will get executed. Also here on this 12-hourly chart, we are getting rejected from the golden ratio. From the $65,000 level, and this is also in alignment with some volume areas that we are seeing here on the VPVR. Here you see again the RSI is quite high here at 65%. MACD is losing momentum. So again, right now downside is favored, and when we get, if we are getting a move here slightly above $66,000, that is the moment to get out, guys. You should close your short-term positions, not your long-term positions. Don't close them. Don't do that. But short-term positions that you have opened above $62,000, $63,000, take profit, guys. Take profit and sit on your hands until we are seeing this correction playing out, and then we can open new positions from lower levels. So, and again, weeks will be most likely one of the platforms where I take this short from, because here I have still money left. I have $120,000 still available to open shorts here on the way down, and you see I have my limit orders for my long positions also, and I'm gonna then reallocate the profits plus the $120,000 from the short also into a long position. And guys, don't forget, again, on weeks you can farm an airdrop while you are trading here. So up to $20,000 for trading on the platform. So you anyway trade, and if you can get money on top of that for free, why not doing that, guys? A link to sign up on weeks is also in the description below, guys. Use your chance, because this airdrop is soon running out. On the liquidation levels here on the 4-hourly chart, again from the MDX Algo suite, we see here late long positions coming in at $63,600 with the liquidation level. I think this is 100x. Let me see here. Not seeing it right now. Okay, so this is either 100x or here, there we go, 100x. So you see here, there were some crazy degens longing with 100x from there. They will get liquidated, guys. So you can be sure that they will get liquidated. And at that point, you're going to see that we're going to get a small cascade to the downside into the EMA ribbon, most likely to $62,500, which is again in alignment with the 50 moving average here at $61,500. And only from there, we are seeing then a bounce back to the upside, while we have then taken out all this lower liquidity, because the short liquidity above us on these low leveraged positions is not as attractive as the over leveraged positions below us for a market maker. You should always keep this in mind, guys. So also when we're going here to the liquidation heat map, here also not a lot of things have changed since yesterday. I'm going to show it to you guys. So you see here the hottest area of interest is $62,000. Above us it's $63,500, $63,600. So trust me, these areas will get hit. Again, we could see first a push to $66,500. I don't want to rule this out. There is a possibility for that, but from there we are going to see a really, really quick fall to the downside. So, and again, the takeaway here should be, guys, you should be just prepared for that. That if we go up to $66,000, it will be the last time that we go up there for a short period. And afterwards, we're gonna get our correction. When I look at the Bitcoin dominance, the dominance is getting rejected at 55.12%. That's what we want to see here. We don't want to see dominance breaking through that. We want to see that rejection, and from here, continuation to the downside. Again, we don't need a straight line. It can be gradually in a sideways move to the downside. That's absolutely fine, but I can tell you, once we're coming down here and breaking out of that pennant to the downside and below 54.3%, that's it, guys. alt season will start then, a little bit at least, you're gonna see then some coins doing amazing gains for us here. So one of them, of course, will be Ethereum. Also, Ethereum is getting rejected right now. The resistance area that was above us and is struggling to hold the golden ratio here from 3,365 to 3,427 right now, that everything is kind of like at resistance. And because of that, I can tell you, usually when you see that, where you get a lot of consolidation below resistance for an extended period of time, and it's the first time for since a couple of weeks, couple of months that you are trying to break through this, usually you get a small correction to the downside. So, and this is nothing different here with Ethereum. I expect a move here, like I said, to $3,250 more or less to the downside. And then we can readjust and look for potential new entries for people that missed that trade that I had given here. So again, if you have your stop losses here at the 0.618 level, you are fine. If you get stopped out, don't worry. You can enter $100 lower potentially. And also here, we have the same thing what we see on Bitcoin. We have a bearish divergence on the higher time frame here on that 12-hourly chart. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade altcoins, I'm trading most of them on BYBIT. You see, I have a COTI trade, I have a TIA trade, I still have a Solana trade because I think they still gonna do kind of well in that correction to the downside. But still, I'm also, if I see here anything crazy happening, I'm going to close them. If you want to trade on BYBIT, and again, use free money, absolutely free money, then you see I partnered up here with BYBIT for giving you guys $500 absolutely for free in a Bitcoin position. You only need to deposit $100. That's all what you need to do. So I reduced it. I spoke with them to get it down to $100. Only $100, guys. Deposit $100, and then you can trade any of these mentioned coins here and get up to $500 worth of a free trading position. You cannot take the $500 from the platform, but all the profits that you make out of the $500, guys. And I showed you the other day on my near trade, I made over $3,000 out of $400. You can repeat that with a free position here on BYBIT. So use the link in the description below for that to claim your free position. Now, one of the altcoins that yesterday surprised me was Lido. So I got stopped out at $1.88. And I was so angry at myself. I should have kept the position because afterwards we hit our target and went actually a little bit higher to the next resistance level of here $2.03. From there we got rejected. Now I'm looking at the next potential entry level for me will be all the way up here, but I'm also going to have then a different target. So this is the next trade setup. While Lido is coming down, I expect that we are going to the 0.382 level at $1.82. That is right now, I would say 8% move to the downside, 6.5% move to the downside. Because we hit here massive resistance. You see here all these wicks, we are struggling to break through that. So we need to go down a little bit to gain momentum again. So I might scale into this position, and I will start to dabble into that from like $1.90 and then have multiple limit orders all the way down to $1.82 before we are then getting our lift off back to the upside. So how do I do that? I will have 4 orders: 190, 187, 185, 182.5. So these are the orders that are going to set. Every order will fill 25%. And then I trade this all the way up to $2.26. There will be 24% to the upside. So of course, if I have a position like that, I will most likely make like 20% against the 7.26% stop loss. That's absolutely fine. It's close to a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. So I opened already a trade on Link, as I said yesterday, here at these levels at $14.14. So of course I'm now a little bit underwater, but here is something really interesting. We are about to get a golden cross here by tomorrow. Don't forget that. The indicators are all at the bottom. So we are overextended now on the bearish side on the 4-hourly chart. So here it's highly likely that we are going to see a push to the upside, hence why I'm in this trade already. But I'm also ready to cut this if we go here another 4% to the downside, and then most likely from that demand zone relong this, depending on where we are stopping. So if you are not in a trade yet, that's absolutely fine. Wait until we hit the entry level, and if you're in it, just sit it out. Again, if we get stopped out, I'm gonna let you know from where I'm gonna relong this back to the upside, and then we make it all back. It's not a big deal. Then ENS is bouncing off the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level that I was talking about here for a while. So here I'm waiting a little bit because we are getting here bearish signals. The stochastic is about to get a sell signal on the daily. MACD is bearish. Only the RSI is slightly bullish. So here I want to see either another daily candle holding $25.81 to enter this, or that we are breaking here $26.45, and that would be a break of this downward sloping trend here. Then COTI is at resistance, so I'm at a slight profit right now, but you see here we have here a TP signal, I think there's a reversal signal. So this is a reversal signal. We have here a TP signal. Price is overheated on the MDX ALGO gradient. We have resistance also here in terms of supply directly above us. We are here currently at a resistance level. Even though indicators are quite bullish here, stochastic gives a buy signal, RSI points to the upside. We could see continuous rejection from there and come a little bit lower to like 9 cents 0.4 and gain momentum from there to get the push to the upside. Again, if you want these amazing indicators from the MDX Algo Suite, which helps me to make a shit ton of money, click the link down below. You get 10% discount only with my link, guys. So only with my link, you get 10% discount on the MDX Algo Suite. And I can tell you, it will change your trading game tremendously. One of the trades that I had open was near. I told you guys, take profit up here at $6.50 and set your stop losses to $6.14. So you should be massively out in profit, guys, on that trade. I'm looking at to potentially re-enter at $5.72 because we are already moving here to the downside. So I'm gonna readjust that. And also the indicators looking a little bit bearish here on the daily with MACD losing momentum, stochastic going to the downside. Only the RSI looks a little bit bullish. That here will be my next target, $7.70, 34.5% more or less against a 8.4 stop loss, a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio. So here, if we come down to $5.72, that will be my entry level. And here you see also currently potential reversal candles on the daily chart. So that also here we are going down in the short term. Then FDM, Phantom, is coming down here to our 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. Remember, I told you I would re-enter from here. So I'm going to open a new position from that level. If we are holding this level for another 40 minutes, then I'm going to enter, and then here the golden ratio will become my stop loss. With the same target, 60 cents still remains the same target, 22.4% to the upside, 5.17% stop loss to the downside. Indicators here also overly extended bearish. There is a bounce coming, most likely going above the 52.5 cent level, and that will turn into support, and then we continue to go to the upside here. Then a trade that I have currently open is TIA. Also here, indicators showing strength to push here back to the upside. We got a golden cross, but it looks like we want to fake this out. But I'm not really convinced about this. So the reason for this is we are here under a big resistance in terms of supply. That's why we are seeing this struggle from TIA to break higher. But here we could also just bounce off the 200 moving average here with the 50 moving average, confirm the golden cross, start going higher. But for that we need a move in TIA above the 50 moving average here really soon at $6.48. So here my trade setup would be slightly here above from here to $8.50 more or less. So stop loss a little bit here under below current prices. Yeah, so here almost 29% to the upside, 5% stop loss. Yeah, definitely worth taking it. But I would also take profit at $7.20 when we are reaching the top of that supply zone, guys. So keep that in mind if you want to take this trade. Axie Infinity is also about to get here a golden cross, same like Link. Also here indicators looking bullish overall. You have here your trade setup. I'm not going too much into it. You have here your percentages. You have here the entry level, everything. Just once we are coming down here, wait that we are closing at least a 15 minutes candle above $6.12. Only then I would enter this trade here. So I have some other coins that I just run quickly through them. One of them here is Loom. Oh, Loom already pumping here. So we potentially missed that one. So I don't want to talk about this one anymore. It gets already a pump. Then Comp. Here the trade setup, let me show it to you, would look something like this here. 15% to the upside. Stop loss 4.2%. Here also golden cross, so we should get a push to the upside. Indicators are in alignment for a bigger push here. But again, at these bigger supply zones here at 54.67 cents, I would take a little bit profit, adjust my stop loss to the entry level, and then let it ride to the upside. So the next trade here would be one also really close to get here a golden cross. We are already in a big supply zone, but the indicators are lining up for a bigger push. So here one can go really aggressive with its pushes. I would be not surprised if we get a 20% push here to like 24 cents anytime soon. So but guys, we're at a big supply zone. Be careful with that, you know. So even though Wan did this in the past, doesn't mean that it's going to do that right now, you know. So but the fact that we are getting here in like 35 minutes a golden cross, potentially with continuation, is with all the indicators in alignment with a push to the upside, could be the right cocktail to see a move like that. Then the next one, SNX, also really close soon to get here a golden cross. Here we are also in a supply zone at resistance. Here I would wait a little bit because the golden cross will only come in tomorrow. If you get a pullback to $1.87 or 88, take it. Enter here and trade it to the upside. That's also what I would do. Then DYDX finally also getting here a golden cross in the next 35 minutes. Indicators are also in alignment for a bigger push. Here I expect at least a push to like $1.55, $1.58.5, something like that. We have here underlying demand zone giving us support, and we are consolidating here in that parallel channel. It's not really a bull flag. It's also not a pennant. So we have here kind of like, it's a small pennant that we're trading in. So here also, again, the highest target that I would have would be $1.70 currently on DYDX. Then the last one is HNT. HNT is a beast. HNT is again trending here today. So here I have pulled the Fibonacci retracement levels. We got close to the golden ratio here to bounce off. But not close enough for me. So here I would like to see a pullback to like $4.27, $4.26. Enter from here, then you can trade this potentially into $5 from current levels. As you can see here, there's the biggest supply zone above us at $4.95. If I give you here the risk to reward tool for long positions, here the 0.786 would be the stop loss, 2% stop loss against 16% almost to the upside. Definitely worth taking. We got already our golden cross here. Indicators are still in alignment for a push higher. So, and that's the outlook for today, guys, and the next coming days. Don't forget, Bitcoin is having one more leg potentially to the upside, but then we need to get out, guys. You don't want to, again, round trip your profits and potentially lose profits that you made on the way down when Bitcoin is having a small pullback from the overheated price action. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you again with more profits tomorrow.